Hello everyone, hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Chapandi Chapatulsu Ledu Kadu guys. So good morning Anandu, good morning Prateek, and hope you can see me and hear me. Today is 30th September 2025 and my name is Shubham Sagar. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. So yesterday, I think you people visible to all of you. Chapandi Chapatulsu Ledu. Cool. So yesterday I gave you people two questions. Good morning Harshini. So yesterday I gave you people two questions. This was MCQ 12. The trade-off observed in high density maize planting is what? What is the cool? So and one more thing, guys. So tomorrow is 1st October. So I've decided that from tomorrow we will do Hindu analysis at 8 a.m. Man, why 8 a.m.? Because this will give me 30 minutes more for research. You know, and I want to do more research because I feel like I sit at 505 to 7:55. I will have 2 hour 50 minutes of research. I will have 30 minutes more time, so I want to do that. And yeah, so 8 a.m. and 7:30 is neither here nor there. Neither we are at 7 a.m. nor at 8 a.m. So 8 a.m. is fine. What was earlier? And what is your opinion on that, Prateek, Harshini, Mamta, and other people? Shall we shift it to 8 a.m. from tomorrow onwards? It would be good for me also, because I'm born in March. I'm a perfectionist. I want to give my best. I want to make these PDFs more awesome. More awesome, more content, and more valid content and everything. So 25-30 minutes means a lot to me. So trade-off observed here: slower growth with lower pace damage. Oh my god, everybody is saying A. Why A? Increase yield. That was the high density maize planting. What we have discussed in the high density maize planting thing yesterday. That when that happens, when they are closer together, they will release a stress hormone, and thereby what will happen when they are releasing the stress hormone, the other adjacent plants, they will know about it. The the so-called pest, and they will increase their defense mechanism. When they will increase their defense mechanism, biomass production will be less, but they will be safer. So biomass production will be less means slower growth, but with lower paced damage. That is the basic rationale here. Cool, cool. So Mamta is happy, and okay. So please, guys, please revise it. That particular Mage article, that was a technical article, but you have to revise it. What is the primary purpose of robot tax? I think somebody gave the answer. So very good, Mamta. I'm also very happy. Yeah. I always feel a little bit rushed when I'm doing it at 7:30. I'm not that guy who can ever do Hindu at 7 a.m. I have realized that I can't compromise on quality, man. These PDFs have had to be the best Hindu analysis PDF ever. For that, in 2 hours, I can just write things. I cannot give you proper content. I need at least 2 hour 50 minutes. So primary purpose of robot tax, this is fine, but this is little rushed. I don't want to rush things, especially education. Good morning, Rishi from tomorrow. We'll meet at 8 a.m. man. 8 a.m. is the best time. So primary purpose of robot tax is redistribute gains from automation to fund social welfare and reskilling programs, as stated by Harshini, Prateek, Rishi, and Anandu. Really good. So yes, sir. B. Let's move on to again. And why I felt that way? Because again, today was a very, very arduous day or tough day from Hindu perspective. There are so many articles, man. So we'll see 5 articles, and then I will show you 2 more articles. And because those 2 articles are also okay articles, but yes, there's so many good articles today. So SSTC is more than a diplomatic phrase written by, you can see here, 2 people. Vani Rao ma'am is an India's ambassador to Italy. So we have to understand from exam perspective, like what is this SSTC? South-South and Triangular Cooperation. Guys and girls, have you people ever heard this word before, or are you hearing it for the first time? SSTC. So South-South cooperation is known to us. SS is known to us. This is about global South, right? Developing nation coming together and working. Global South we are talking about, and global South is a term which we have, heard a lot, which we have talked about a lot, guys. But what is this triangular cooperation? This is an interesting part. So global South we are talking about. What am I writing here? So triangular cooperation means what? Let's focus here. These are the terms which actually are important. So SSTC means, so you have 2 countries from developing nation and one organization, multilateral organization, coming together and helping. So this is triangular. This become triangle, right? So you have 2 developing nations, let's say India and Nepal, and let's say World Food Program. They came together. So India is, supporting. Now India is talking about how rice fortification can be done, how rice can be made more nutritionally, like more nutrition can be added to rice fortification. And India is telling the technology. WFP is implementing it, and Nepal is getting benefited out of it. So this is the triangular cooperation, and this is SSTC. And here there is this ma'am who is a country director, World Food Program. So World Food Program attached to United Nations to deal with hunger. Now, guys and girls, hunger is a part of which particular SDG? And keep on answering these questions. These questions will help you understand articles in a much better manner. Oh my God. So, hunger associated with which particular SDG? So, let's deal with this article one by one. Then there will be a Bappa legacy. So, urgency to achieve 2030 agenda. SDG is one of the most important thing. 17 goals, 169 targets, you know, promulgated in 2015 to be achieved by 2030. I have told you people to SDG2. Very good, Harshini. I have told you people to remember these SDGs. So SDG2 WFP wants to attain. So here sustainable development goals has to be attained, and if it has to be attained, and if developing countries, they have to attain these 17 goals, they have to come together. And here, the South-South and triangular cooperation will be a key. So triangular cooperation, one multilateral organization. Hope you understood the basic rationale. Very good, Rishi. So UN Day for SSTC and Bappa Legacy. September 12 is observed as UN Day for South-South and triangular cooperation. So again, developing nations, they have to come together. Some multilateral organization will also help them, as we have just discussed the triangle part. Now, what is this Bappa? Buenos Aires Plan of Action. So this is about cooperation between developing nations. So do remember, they can ask you this. Buenos Aires Plan of Action is related to what? Just like they can ask you Stockholm Convention is related to persistent organic pollutants. Similarly, you have to remember, where is Buenos Aires, guys? Chepandi Cheputansu Ledu Kadu. In which country Buenos Aires lies? Cool. Role and relevance of SSTC, it is very relevant. We need each other. All these developing nations like India, we need each other for climate change, blah, blah, blah. You can read all these things. You're understanding the basic rationale of this editorial. India's philosophy, again a keyword here, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And what question did I ask you guys? And if you don't know the answer, just tell that, sir, I don't know the answer, or we don't know the answer. Tell us the answer. I asked you something, people. So again, here there is a term, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole world is one family. Now this is a part of Maha Upanishad. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, you will keep on talking about it even in globalization. So this SSTC is fulfilling that Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam globalization thing, which is there in GS mains paper 1. Awesome. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is a part of which Upanishad? Pre-part, Maha Upanishad. And we keep on talking. Very good. Rishi is such a good boy. Who is a good boy? Rishi is a good boy. So Maha Upanishad. And I keep on telling you people that Veda, each Veda has 4 parts, right? Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishad. So any Upanishad has to be a part of some Veda. So if we tell, and this is how you have to deal with stuff, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is a part of Maha Upanishad. The next question is, it is a part of which Veda? Again, if you know it, post it in the comment section. Cool. So India's major contribution when it comes to developing nation and global South cooperation. So see, G20. Earlier G20 was what? 19 countries plus EU. We talked about that, no, African Union should also be a part of G20. So African Union is a part of it because of our contribution. India is the best. Modi sir is the cutest, along with Rishi Pandey. So hosted the Voice of Global South Summit. You can see this UPI, Aadhaar, everybody is adopting it. Wherever Modi sir goes, every third, fourth day Modi sir goes to some other country and UPI they adopt. So again, this is an example of global South cooperation. Strengthen blah 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 blah. India is a hub of innovation. So India is a hub when it comes to space. Yesterday we were talking about AstroSat and the achievements of ISRO, not technology also when it comes to UPI. So all these things, also API, medicines, generic medicines, we transfer it to poor African countries. So all these are examples which you have to use. I asked you people, Maha Upanishad is a part of which Veda? The answer is Sham Veda. Music. So now India WFP partnership success. World Food Program. Before we talk about all these things and I show you Annapurti and all the stuff, let's focus on certain stuff, guys. So World Food Program, part of UN, as we have discussed, world's largest humanitarian organization, as who Harshini stated that zero hunger is associated with SDG2. It wants to attain it. Headquarters is in Rome, Italy, same as FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization, which we discussed yesterday. I don't remember which article we discussed FAO with, but we discussed it yesterday, FAO. And FAO publish a food standard codex alimentarius. UPSC has already asked a PYQ on it. So please guys, revise everything. So again, headquarter Rome, Italy, part of UN, and aim is to achieve zero hunger. Very good. So now where were we, guys? So again, we are talking about World Food Program, how we will eliminate global hunger. Global hunger is awesome, but we also have to take care of our hunger. It's not like everybody is getting adequate amount of food in our country. There is issue here. So Annapurti, there is a grain ATM thing which we have. This is a scheme where WFP in India has come together and launched in 2024. So what is this grain ATM? Annapurti, do remember? You can see this ma'am. She's one of my best friends. So she is taking this grain from a automated store. So this is Annapurti. It has been launched on a pilot basis in Odisha and some other state, and it will be extended to other regions. So again, if you have Aadhaar, show your Aadhaar and digital identification, and you can get grain like this. Because earlier, what used to happen? There was too much ghost beneficiaries and leakages, corruption when it comes to distributing or procurement of food grains or distribution of food grains. To eliminate that, you have this Annapurti. So good. What is your view on this Annapurti thing, guys? Do you like this? Do you think it will lead to reduction in corruption? Earlier, and there are some things you may have saw CSAT question also. For 1 kg rice, they will not give you actually 1 kg rice. They will give you 850 gram rice. They will do certain stuff. So those things will not happen if you have this particular grain ATM. Cool. Food distribution, rice fortification, and in rice fortification there is actual SSTC. We have discussed South and Triangular Cooperation, India, Nepal, and WFP. So India is a pioneer in rice fortification. India is you know telling WFP how to do it. They're doing it and they're helping Nepal that way. Cool. So again, the bowl bachchan will go on now. The stuff will go on. What should happen? Countries should come together, promote Maha Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam concept. But we are interested in these terms, which I just told you. What is ghost beneficiary? Ghost beneficiary means, let's say I become a very big man, or let's say you become an IAS officer, Pratik. So when Pratik will become an IAS officer, Pratik can do a lot of stuff. So I will tell Pratik to open a particular, account on the name of my wife. Let's say her name is Mathili, and some money is going into Mathili account, but Mathili does not exist because I'm not married, man. There is no wife of mine. So this is a ghost beneficiary. Sometimes that happens. There's no person existing, but benefits are going on in her or his name. So that is a ghost beneficiary. Hope you're understanding the basic concept of ghost beneficiary, Pratik. Similarly, in these kind of food distribution also, they will say that it has gone to Mathili Roy or Harshini Roy, but in reality, they don't exist at all. And they can do that because they have so much leeway. Cool. So again, you can read all these stuff. Did I make some sense, Pratik? Did you understand what is ghost beneficiary? So we need this SSTC. World Food Program, and we have talked about all these things. Let's solve some questions. Really good. So 1978 Buenos Aires Plan of Action, Bapu, Akshar Patel. Okay, BAPA is associated with promoting trade liberalization, technical cooperation among developing countries, formation of World Trade Organization, climate change mitigation. Chipandis, guys. So as Harshini stated, Pratik stated, Mamta stated, technical cooperation among developing countries, really good. Consider the following statement about WFP, World Food Program. Anandu also stated, it is a food assistance branch of UN. Its primary mandate is to provide emergency and development related food assistance. It was awarded no. Oh. Yes, I did not tell you this particular part. It was awarded Nobel Peace Prize in 2020. Sorry for that. But again, so third is correct. Based on that, solve this question. Chepandis, guys. So Pratik has given the answer. All the statements are correct. And food assistance branch, primary mandate, Nobel Peace Prize in 2020. So the answer is C, 1, 2, and 3 as stated by Pratik, Harshini, Mamta, and Anandu. MCQ 3, the phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is found in. I feel like there are so many people who are happy with we being going back to 8 a.m. But this is not good for you guys, actually. Like, this is good for all of us, 8 a.m. thing. What I'm trying to say is there are many people who are like, we could not wake up at 7:30 a.m. Guys, try to wake up early, man. You know, the sooner you wake up, the, the more you will realize how much time you people have to do stuff. So the phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Maha Upanishad is a part of Sam Veda. UPSC has already asked these kind of questions earlier. So now whenever you get any Upanishad, this is your homework, guys. Wherever you encounter Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, this Upanishad, Aitreya Upanishad. So what you have to do is you have to find out which Veda it belongs to. This is an important thing which you have to keep on doing. This has to become a habit. So Harshini, Anandu, Pratik and Mamta, they have given the answer. Really good. Oh my God. I've been telling you, today was a very tough day for me intellectually, because there were so many means articles. So page 18, science to gravitational waves. So here again, there are some terms. What are some terms? So as we have discussed yesterday also, we're talking about space yesterday also. Space is an enigma. Enigma means there are so many things which we are continuously knowing. And but Albert Einstein was an exception. He predicted about this gravitational wave as early as 1916. What is gravitational waves? These are some waves which are emitted when, let's say, two black holes are merging, and like these kind of things which are happening in space time, big stuff. Then they emit certain waves. Again, there are some terms here. What is space time? What is the basic concept of space time? Space time is four-dimensional entity. What is four-dimensional entity? Four-dimensional entity means what? So you have space. So when you talk about space, you have length, breadth, and height, right? And then you have time. And we consider both of them as separate entities. Space is separate and time is separate. Space-time believes that no, they are one single entity of four dimension: length, breadth, height, and time. What does it mean? It's simple, man. See, understand. It's called relative. Space and time, they are dependent upon each other. If my speed is high, I can reach a particular space at a lesser pace, at an earlier time. So there is a dependency. Space and time, they are not different. Means they are not independent, they are relative. So this is space-time concept. Hope I made some sense. And again, you don't have to do PhD here. This is little technical. We will UPC has asked a PYQ on this, so that's why this is important. So space-time concept, four-dimensional entity, length, breadth, height, and time, they are all interrelated and they are relative to each other. And this space-time concept and gravitational objects, they gravitational big entities like planets and all these, like big planets, what they do is they warp the space-time. They impact the space-time, thereby creating the concept of gravity. Again, I'm going too far. Forget I said anything. Just focus on the things which we have to discuss here. So these gravitational waves, these are the waves which are emitted from the time of origin of universe. So like when big stars, black hole are merging, neutron stars are colliding, and if we know about them, we will know about the origin of universe, and that's why we have to study them. But the problem is, if on earth there are so many disturbance, there are so many waves, so we cannot, even if we are observing them. The first time we observed them was in 2015, 2016 around, when we saw these mergence and all. But almost 100 years back, Einstein has predicted that gravitational wave existed. So on earth there are too much disturbance, so there is limitation to how much gravitational waves we can detect. And that's why what we want to do is we want to go to moon. We want to establish a observatory on moon, which will be known as Leela. So we have observatories on earth, on ground, like LIGO, Virgo, Kagra and all. Then we have LISA, laser interferometer, space antenna, and these are detecting these gravitational waves from the ground. But there are interferences and there are disturbances on earth, and that disturbance is somewhat not there on moon. And if we have a space observatory there, that will help matter, that will help us understand gravitational waves on a much better scale. So that's what this article is all about. There'll be so many technical words here, we don't have to go into that. We just have to focus on gravitational waves, which are ripples in space-time. Space-time is a four-dimensional entity. Cool. Caused by massive violent cosmic events, which is happening from the origin of universe. So if we are knowing gravitational waves, we are knowing more and more about the origin of universe, how they are formed. You can see all these things. They're extremely weak on small scale, weakening over distance, and their detection is a challenge on Earth, and that's why we want to go to those places where there are lesser disturbances. Even though there is a challenge, but still we live on Earth. We don't live on moon, right? And this whole Leela thing which will happen, Ram chahe Leela chahe Ram, that means Ram wants something, Leela wants something. So Leela thing will happen on moon, but there will be no person who will be there on moon, that is not happening. So we need some observatory on space, and we have. So LIGO we have, laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory, and here again Einstein predicted blah blah blah. So we have LIGO, we have LISA, laser interferometer, space antenna, all these things we have. And now we want a moon based detector, LILA, lunar interferometer, lunar antenna. And because moon has advantage, low seismic noise, natural vacuum, and simpler infrastructure, so that can help us understand gravitational waves in a much better manner. Really good. So again, they are talking about, just remember the names, LISA. Earlier it was named as ELISA. These are all proposed projects, laser interferometer, space antenna. Now it is named as LISA. It will be built in by 2030s. Aim is same, to detect gravitational waves on ground. Different countries are coming up with different types of these observatories. Cool, sir. So again, this is just why I'm not telling you too much, because this is a still evolving phenomena, man. This whole gravitational wave astronomy. Scientists are knowing new things each day, on day in day out. So we will keep on knowing stuff about it, and things will evolve. Let's solve some questions now. Annapurti initiative in India aims at what? Harshini has given the answer. Anandu has given the answer. Mamta has given the answer. Really good. So automating the distribution of subsidized food grains. Really, really, very good. PYQ 5, asked by UPSC in 2017. What is the purpose of evolved laser interferometer space antenna, ELISA? To detect neutrinos, to detect gravitational waves, to detect the effectiveness of missile defense system, to study the effect of solar flares on our communication systems. Harshini has given the answer. The answer is to detect gravitational waves. Laser interferometer space antenna. Harshini and Pratik, they have given the answer. Very good here. MCQ 6. Which of the following statement about gravitational wave is or are correct? And again, here you can use option elimination in this question. Annie has given the answer. Very good here. So Harshini, Pratik, Anandu, Annie, and Mamta, they have given the answer. Cool. Yes, Balram, what help do you need of mine? So, gravitational waves, ripple in space time. Now, what are the things, what are the options which you can eliminate here? Easily detected on Earth using ordinary telescope. No, we need, special telescope, as we are discussing LIGO and LISA and all. So, third is wrong. You're left with A, B, and C. Still, it's a tough question. The ripples in space-time caused by acceleration of massive objects. That is correct. So second is gone. You're left with A and C. Their existence was predicted by Albert Einstein. I've told you this is correct. So the answer is C, 1 and 2. As stated by Harshini, Anandu, Pratik, Annie, and Mamta. Very good here. Again, like, share, and subscribe, guys. Third article, Wassenaar arrangement. Again, an important article. Wassenaar arrangement. What they are dealing with? They're dealing with export. Export of different things, dual use goods and technologies. So they deal with what can be exported, what are the things which can be exported, what are the things which cannot be exported. Now here comes the picture of different things like SAS. This SAS is not the SAS of Einstein theory of general relativity. Very good, yeah. So people, what is SAS? Anybody has any idea? By the end of this you will understand. Then there is a term like cloud services and cloud infrastructure. So what this article is talking about, you have Wassenaar arrangement, which was launched in, or which came into picture in 1990s, around 96 97. India joined it in 2017, Wassenaar arrangement. And this is about what can be exported, what cannot be exported, right? So this is mainly hardware in nature. How will you deal with the export of software? How will you deal with the export of technologies? Let's say Israel is bombing Palestine. They're using new bombs, etc., etc. They're using new technologies. So how will you control that? And this article is about that thing, how we will tackle this whole thing, this software intrusion, this export of softwares. That thing is not being done by Wassenaar, and that is creating issues here. Now there will be some terms, and there are protests going on in different regions because of this. Microsoft services has been used in controversial context, adding Israel repression of Palestinians. We are not going into this whole political arena right now. We have to understand the technical part of this article. So cloud services. What is a cloud? Cloud is internet, guys. Internet is called as cloud. So, and in that regard only, you have this term called as SaaS, software as a service. Now, what is the basic meaning of software as a service? Let's try to understand. Gmail, Google Drive. Let's say I'm sharing history through NCRT series. So I'm sharing videos and highlighted PDFs to Google Drive. So I'm sharing the Google Drive and I'm updating it every Sunday. So these are all SaaS. SaaS means there are certain things which are installed on your laptop. Certain PDF, let's say Adobe, let's say VLC Media Player. So they are not part of SaaS. This is there on your localized system. SaaS is what? If you have to access Gmail, if you have to access Google Drive, you have to go to internet, guys. You cannot access it on your local laptop without internet. So this is SaaS, software as a service. Hope you're understanding this. Many people, they just skip this whole thing. So what is a SaaS, software as a service? Even Netflix, subscription based model. You cannot access Netflix without internet. You can say that we can download that particular video. That's a different thing. Even for downloading, you have to go to internet. Hope you're understanding what is the basic rationale here. So what is cloud infrastructure? You are running internet. For running internet, what do you need? You need hardware, software, network, all these things. All these things are part of this cloud infrastructure. Basically internet infrastructure. Internet is the cloud. Now what is SaaS? These softwares which you are accessing on internet, these are part of SaaS. Guys, are you understanding? This is not kyunki SaaS bhi kabhi bahu thi, and this is not Smriti Irani. This SaaS is something different. Are you understanding? Gmail, Google Drive, Netflix, all these are part of SaaS. Guys, am I clear? Did you people understand what is cloud infrastructure, what is SaaS? Yes or no? Chapandis, fast. So now let's come back to this article. You have understood the basic rationale behind this article, what this article is talking about. So this is Wassenaar arrangement. Now these arrangements are actually very important because there is another group, Australia group and all, you have to revise that. So they can ask you, Wassenaar arrangement is what? It is an export control regime focused on arms and dual use goods and technologies, but mainly hardware perspective. So Harshini understood it. And what about the software part? That is the thing which is in limbo right now. So in 2013, it added controls and intrusion software, but still the control is not that much on software, not that much on SaaS, not that much on cloud infrastructure. And these are in the gray areas. And people and entities, they have to focus on these gray areas. Hope you are understanding where we are going with this. Cool. So how and why the arrangements must evolve, expand control lists, include infrastructure. And again, they're saying that we have to focus more on this whole cloud infrastructure, how you can reduce its illegal use, so to say, redefine export, blah, 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 API calls, then there is active pharmaceutical ingredients, and then there are other things also related to codes also, APIs. Again, let's not go into the intricacies of this article. The basic rationale here is software, cloud infrastructure, SaaS, what Wassenaar arrangement should do. There, this is all voluntary. They're saying that it should not be voluntary. Wassenaar arrangement and their, provisions should be binding, and then only people will take it seriously. Countries like US will take it seriously. And this whole vulnerability of cloud infrastructure and SaaS is a real threat. So that is what this article is all about. Let's solve some questions. This is based on the previous article, MCQ 7. Which of the following statement about LISA or LILA here, laser interferometer lunar antenna, again use option elimination. Harshini has given the answer. So we have discussed there are too much disturbance on Earth, and that's why we want a gravitational detector on Moon. So first is correct. Third is wrong, right? We have told you people will not go there. It will not require astronauts for deployment. This is not going to happen. So third is wrong. If third is wrong, you're left with only B option. You don't even need to check for one. And we have discussed The gravitational waves which cannot be observed on Earth, they can be observed on Moon because it is less, there is less disturbance prone, right? So that is the basic rationale. B is the answer as stated by Harshini, Pratik and Anandu. Very good. MCQ 8, SaaS, software as a service. Again, use option elimination here. Harshini has given the answer. So what we have just discussed, software as a service, Gmail is SaaS, G Drive is SaaS, Netflix is SaaS. If you want to, use it, you have to go to internet. If you want to use Gmail, Google Drive, they are not installed. You cannot access them only on your laptop. You need internet connection. That is SaaS. Again, if you go back, it's a cloud computing model in which software applications are hosted by a service provider, made available to user over the internet, which is the cloud, instead of being installed locally on individual computers. You just having an application on your phone is not SaaS application. You have to use it. You have to go to internet. There are some standalone things, VLC, etc. You can use it on your own. You don't need to go anywhere. But for SaaS, you have to go. So it is not installed locally. And the answer is, you can eliminate first one option. You will get the answer C, as stated by Harshini, Mamta, and Anandu. Very good. Oh my God, you people! I think Mamta posted a comment yesterday related to mains question. I will. It means, give you mains question from tomorrow onwards. I will get more time. In the meantime, this is the question on which, or this is the topic on which you will write today's mains answer. Even let's say, you know, I have time positive when we are doing this. So I will tell you every day, and I will try to incorporate at least one mains question every day. But I will tell you also that, let's say I gave you this article, you can ask chat gpt, you can frame a mains question on your own, but that will not happen. From tomorrow, at least one mains question I will give you. So this is an article for today's mains answer. What is this article all about? Karnataka High Court, X, which was earlier Twitter, I like that name better. So they went to Karnataka High Court against Sahyog Portal, Union Government Sahyog Portal. This news is hovering today's newspaper, man. Multiple articles have been published on this news. X censorship challenge. So write an answer here. So I will just give you a gist, and then we'll talk about the different intricacies of this article. So Twitter went to Karnataka High Court because Union Government, via their Sahyog Portal, they asked Twitter or X to remove certain material or certain post and everything. And X is saying that this is censorship, this should not happen, because earlier Shreya single case was filed, and this is impinging upon article 19, freedom of speech and expression, etc., etc. So there are so many things which are going on. And Karnataka High Court has dismissed X petition. They are saying that this Article 19 thing, freedom of speech and expression, is not valid to you. It is valid to Indian people. And you are not Indian X, you are outsider. Plus, you are doing these things in America. In America, if they're telling you to block certain stuff, you are blocking that out. Why you are having this discrepancy here? Why you're not doing the same in India? And Shreya single thing, again, we'll talk about all these things. And then I will ask your views on this whole thing, whether you agree with Karnataka High Court judgment or not. X has said that it will go, you know, it will appeal. Whether it will appeal in the higher bench of Karnataka High Court or whether they will go to Supreme Court, that they have not said. But first of all, let's try to understand. There are so many terms, so many things very important from pre and mains perspective. Yeah. So Union government, they launched the Sahyog portal. Sahyog portal, just to take down materials which are, and it's not always bad. You can say that yes, Supreme Court is like government is doing censorship, but sometimes there are some, you know, post you will see on Facebook or here there, which is demeaning women and all. So it has to be taken down, right? But not always, as we can see here. So you will understand. Just be with me. So there is one section 79 and there is one section 69, which has been discussed a lot in this particular article. So section 79 is what? Section 79 grants safe harbor. You will understand each and everything. Just be with me. These terms are important. What is safe harbor? Understand one thing. X is not the culprit. They did not post this material. Let's say Mamta. She's such a good girl. So she liked Aryan Khan, or Bats of Bollywood and all those stuff. So she posted something about Aryan Khan when she was about to sleep at 12 or 1, and which she should not have. So Mamta has done a mistake, right? X is not the culprit. So this 79 is about that. This X is getting safe harbor thing, legal immunity to intermediaries for user generated content. Mamta has generated the content, intermediary X is not to be blamed, and the safe harbor thing is giving them that particular status, immunity via section 79. Now, and so central government is saying that if you don't follow us, if you don't remove those materials, which concerns us and which we are telling you to remove, we will take out, we'll remove the safe harbor thing under section 79. So ruling is a setback for X months long litigation, endorses government content regulation framework, and we'll see this. And what is this whole thing all about? Cool. First of all, Sahyog portal is in news. When was it launched? 2024. Who launched it? Ministry of Home Affairs. Under what? I4C, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center. Why this is also important? Because in GS3 you have internal security, you have cyber security. From that perspective also, this article is very, very important. Cool. Centralized platform for issuing takedown orders. So this Sahyog portal is telling different entities that take down this material, take down that material. Enforces section 79, safe harbor thing. Safe harbor is lost. Section 79 thing will be lost if these portals, X, etc., they do not remove unlawful content introduced to streamline takedown notices. And again, it's not always wrong. We can say that yes, it can impinge upon freedom of speech and expression, but there were certain things which happened with a woman, Sabana versus Government of NCT Delhi, which led to this whole thing, takedown notices. But what has happened is, what X is saying is, one third of 66 notices, that is around 22 notices, is about post on union ministers, central government agencies, including Modi sir and key ministers. This is not about a post degrading the condition of women and this and that. This is something else altogether. This is wrong. What is your view on this, guys, up until now? Karnataka High Court has struck down Supreme means X thing, that no. You have to remove content which Supreme means central government is telling you via Sahyog portal. So X-Cop chat means, again, see this. They filed a writ petition calling Sahyog a censorship portal. Do you think Sahyog is a censorship portal, or are you hearing about it for the first time? And they are saying that government is bypassing section 69A. So you have section 79 and section 69A. So section 69A says there is strict procedural safeguard. And what do that mean? If government wants certain entity to remove certain things from their portal, they have to do it via court order or formal government notification. They cannot just tell it by Sahyog portal. That is what X is saying, that this is becoming all too easy for government. If somebody is saying something against government, they will remove them. Maybe someday they will remove me. Although I love Modi ji and Modi ji is in my heart, along with Amit Shah sir. There is a group photo here. So, and you can see there is a DigiPub, which is a collective of 92 digital news outlets. They are saying, supporting X, they are saying that yes, they are disproportionately targeting those people who are targeting government, so to say. So now what is the difference between 79 and 69 section? 79 is about who will get safe harbor protection. Section 69 is about blocking on specific constitutional grounds. But here, certain things has to be done by government, and X is saying that they're not doing that. They're just doing anything and everything under the pretext of Sahyog portal. And they're also citing Shreya Singhal judgment. Section 66A was, struck down, and all freedom of speech and expression, all these things they're saying. And they're saying that in a way, they're saying that it is censorship, it is impinging on freedom of speech and expression. And they're saying that Sahyog is creating a parallel unlawful censorship regime, allowing thousands of officials. Overall content regulation is essential, sir, but should not be used to Harshini, the way you speak and the way you write stuff, man, awesome. This is how a civil servant should say answers. Very good, yeah. Cool. So Sahyog is a parallel unlawful censorship regime. So again, this X is saying, I'm not saying, I have no opinion of my own, because I love my life and I want to live. So government is saying that safe harbor is a privilege, dude. We are doing it. We are giving you because we know you are an intermediary platform. You are not yourself publishing it. You are not the creator, and you are taking down things, man. So Sahyog is not censorship but administrative tool, because we have to maintain law and order. Right now, thing happened in Tamil Nadu. There is an actor called as Vijay. Kutti 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 song. I don't know how. Like, Vijay is awesome, man, and his dance is awesome. So something happened, and let's say so many people died. Harshini, do you know Vijay? Who is Vijay? So now, if let's say people started spreading rumors that somebody wanted to sabotage Vijay's, political career, and some other entities are involved, so many kind of rumor mongering start happening. So this is not good for the law and order thing, right? So sometimes you need some amount of censorship, but up to which extent, that is the thing which we have to talk about. Cool. So look, a standard foreign corporation cannot talk about Article 19. Article 19 is for us people, and that's what government is saying. Accuse X of seeking special treatment. In US, if Trump is saying something, you're doing it. In India, you're not doing it. So you're just an intermediary, and you have to follow our orders. That's what government is saying. High Court has dismissed. High Court is siding with central government. Karnataka High Court has sided with central government, and they are saying that yes, follow what central government is saying. Devoid of merit describes Sahyog as an instrument of public good and beacon of cooperation. Oh my God! So this Sahyog is not a censorship portal. It is a public. Okay, again, I love Sahyog. I love Modi ji. I love Amit Shah sir. I love everyone, and it is a beacon of cooperation. That's what Karnataka High Court said. Emphasized, and again they said that Article 19 is not for you. X, it is for our people. India is not a playground for unregulated information. If you can take down things in US, US take it down act, blah blah blah, then you can do the same in India. Don't be, dogla, we call it in Hindi, have different opinions and different uh, jurisdiction. Don't do that. Shreya Sangal, interpretation applied to 2011 IT rules. They're saying that, and whereas the 2021 IT rules are new and distinct and require a fresh. This thing, I don't completely agree with Karnataka High Court here, if I'm being very honest with you guys. But and that's it. I will not say anything beyond it. So implications. Now, political experts and other people are saying that this will lead to increased state control over online content. Anyway, in press freedom index and all, India is doing awesome. We are topping from the bottom. But one thing which we have started doing a lot these days is, yes, sir, he's a massive Hollywood man. He is pan India star, man. Everybody watches his movie. Started a political party, Tamilaga, with so Kachagam. So, what do you think, Harshini? Do you think some political conspiracy is involved in that thing, which is stampede, which happened? Or do you think it was a natural thing? So again and again, on this ruling, people feel like censorship will increase, and God knows what will happen. X has said that it will go higher, and let's say where they go and what they appeal about. So this is the whole thing, guys. Hope you understood certain stuff, and you can have your own views on this. That's totally fine. We are free to have our own views. MCQ 9. Let's solve this question now. And on this particular question, write a mains answer. You will have points why this is important to curb false news, fake news, protect the dignity of women, why it is can lead to more, it can impinge upon freedom of speech and expression, all those stuff. So Vasinar arrangement, MCQ 9. The tragedy was due to mismanagement of crowds, so it's better to not politicize the issue. Okay, Harshini. So what is the answer of Vasinar arrangement, guys? What was Wassenaar arrangement basic rule? Promote free trade, control export of conventional arms and dual use technology, provide military aid to member state, regulate only nuclear and chemical weapons. So Anandu has given the answer, Rishi has given the answer. Control the export of conventional arm and dual use technologies. Very good here. MCQ 10. Which of the following reasons did the Karnataka High Court give to reject ex-corps Article 19 argument? So Anandu, Rishi, Harshini and Mamta, they have given the answer. Harshini has given the answer. Article 19 is not applicable for X. It's a foreign entity. These are rights are restricted to Indian citizens only. So as Harshini, Rishi, Mamta stated, the answer is A. Very good. Then Zubeen Garg. Something has happened here, and we offer our condolences to Zubeen. I hope you people have heard about this thing. He's like, he's almost treated like a god in Assam. But here we have to focus on the MLAT thing. So what is this MLAT thing? Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty. So India is, and Assam government is telling, Home Ministry that invoke this mutual or MLAT thing. What will happen with MLAT? Singapore will tell the whole information, what happened in this Zubeen Das death scenario, and how he died, whether there were some other entities involved or not, whether it was foul in nature, so many things. There are so many things which are going on, guys. We'll not go into that particular arena. The thing which is important from exam perspective is MLAT, Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty, that allows two countries to share information, and that will help the expedite the whole investigation thing. So what is MLAT? Bilateral agreement that enables exchange of information and evidence between law enforcement agency of two countries. And Zubin Garg was in Singapore to perform the Northeast India Festival when this whole thing happened. And that's why Assam government is telling Ministry of Home Affairs to invoke MLAT. Cool. So you can read all the other stuff. That is none of our concern. We offer our condolences. That is the thing. But let's, before we talk about all these things, let me show you two other articles which are important. So guys and girls, I will keep on doing that. 5 articles will deal with it like holistically, and then 2 articles I will give you an overview that will either get repeated or that is not that important as the other 5 articles, or maybe I have covered it earlier. So we did this article right today. Scientists turned to the moon to catch space-time fantasy music, and this is the article. Suriname pledges to protect 90% of forests. I wanted to cover it, but I had better articles than that, and this is a pre-based article. And Suriname, where is Suriname? If you know Suriname is located where, you can write it in the comment section. And why this is important, you will see this. 93% of Suriname is heavily forested, and it is one of the only 3 countries worldwide that absorb more carbon dioxide than it emits. So awesome. Like, you have to find out the other 2 countries. So this is one article which is somewhat important, more important from pre-perspective. You know how much UPSC love environment. Then the other article which is important is this one. Industrial output growth slows to 4% in August. We have already done a detailed discussion on IIP, Index of Industrial Production, and ICI, Index of 8 core industries. What is the basic difference here? So you have to revise that Hindu analysis when we have done that, IIP and ICI. And here again, we will talk about it if it needed, but we have already talked about IIP and ICI, Index of Industrial Production, which talks about the core industries, and then out of those core industries, 8 more important industries are taken in Index of 8 core industries. Cool. So yes sir, do have a look at this article also. This is just fact and figure. Revise. Do you people remember? I don't know how many of you remember. We have talked about IIP and ICI. If needed, we'll talk about it tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But again, these 2 articles were those articles which I felt like I should tell you. I will keep on doing. Do you think this is a good thing which I did? 5 articles, detailed discussion, detailed analysis, and then 2 articles, reference frame, or maybe in more detail from tomorrow onwards. Japanese guys, Japanese, yes or no? Or should I just focus on 5 most important articles? Or do you think this is a good way to tell you like 5 articles and then 2 articles from pre-perspective? Good way or not good way? Japanese guys. MCQ 11. Yes, sir, it's perfect. Very good, Hasini. So, which of the following are potential concerns regarding the Sahyog portal? According to experts, have a look at this particular question. And this is a homework for you people. Solve this question in your free time, 11 and 12. So today we'll do only 12 questions. Every day we do 13. Today we will do 12 because there were articles which were very dense. And this is another question, MLAT, which we have just discussed. Zubin Das, death case, MLAT. What is the basic provision of MLAT? In this question also, you can use option elimination to solve question, right? So 11 and 12, these 2 are homework. We'll discuss it tomorrow. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Spread the word. You can post your score. Mentorship is closed right now. So again, please, I'm telling you guys, Hindu analysis PDF will become more and more awesome with each passing day. And if you are watching my Hindu analysis, you have to revise from my Hindu analysis PDF only, because it will help you in retaining stuff. As they keep on saying, minimum sources, maximum revision. You can have it. If you have doubts, collect your doubts. We can have doubt sessions. If you are writing mains answer, which you should up until January, you can be a part of my mains answer evaluation. The time limit is no time limit. You can be a part of this up until you are not cracking UPSC CSE. History mains complete material in Q&A format. This is a time when you have to consolidate your pre and mains material. If you feel like you're lagging behind in your conceptual clarities related to history, so you can join this history through NCRT series. If you're making stupid mistakes, it will help you a lot. We are discussing PYQs, pre, mains, every perspective when we are doing this chapter wise, class 6 to class 12, and history mains material. All these things you can avail. Cool, sir. And that's it from me, guys. So I will see you people. Oh, yeah. I will see you people tomorrow at 8 a.m. So from tomorrow, we'll meet at 8 a.m. And I'm going, guys. So take care. Be blessed. Tata. Bye bye.